Welcome to the Dynasty Dugout Show, a podcast covering all things minor league baseball. Get a front row seat to the action with everything you need to know about the future stars of Major League Baseball. And now, here's your host, Chris Clegg.
Hello and welcome to the show. It's Monday. It's May the 12th. Back on the microphone. Last week, I did not record. Made me kind of sad for sure. I was on vacation and did some scouting in Myrtle Beach. So took the fam down there. Kids had a blast. Got a 4-year-old and 11-month-old. So it was our daughter's first trip to the beach. So she really enjoyed that. Thank you for letting us get away. And also, still had some baseball coverage for you. But you look at the minor league baseball landscape, a lot's happened. Who are the hottest hitters that you need to know? Who are the hottest pitchers that are standing out? We're going to talk about them right here. So before we do that, you know the drill. Connect Roasters is a proud sponsor of the show. I've got my cup right here. Got my Gold Glove blend. Got it cold brewed. Got some cold foam on the top. You can get the Gold Glove blend. Buy one, get one 50% off by using the code DynastyDugout at connectroasters.com or use the link in the description. We're also proud to partner with Chinook Seedery, the best sunflower seeds in the game. Chinook has a wide variety of flavors with a lot of good taste. I love the cinnamon toast, the dill pickle, the hatch chili, a lot of good options. Go check them out. Use code DynastyDugout, get 10% off your order. So today we're going to dive in on who have been the hottest hitters and who have been the hottest pitchers in the minors. We're going to break all that down. We're going to talk about it. Is it legit? I mean, we are at this point a month and a half into the minor league season. Some hitters struggle out the gate. We're going to talk about several of those that have bounced back and others that have stayed hot all year. Like, is it legit? Should we be buying in? That's what we're going to do today. So right out of the gate, I want to talk about Bo Davidson. Davidson's an interesting player. San Francisco Giants. He's got a great story, by the way. You know, independent ball, undrafted, signed. He had a great year last year, by the way. Davidson has been swinging it really, really well. You know, over the last 2 weeks, he has 19 hits. So pretty impressive stuff from Bo Davidson to have that many hits in his last week of games. Basically, he's hitting 396, 453, 625 over that stretch. Is it legit? Davidson is 22. He's almost 23. He's in high A. As I mentioned, undrafted free agent. But the underlying data last year on Bo Davidson was really good. So he's someone that I kind of liked. I saw him in the AFL. He struggled in the AFL, but he's off to a really hot start in high A right now with the Giants organization. He has 4 homers and 3 stolen bases on the year. And honestly, the hot stretch that he's been on is just kind of kept all year. He's hitting 352 on the year. Has anything changed in the profile? Well, he still hits the ball in the ground too much. That is a major flaw. But Davidson is pulling the ball in the air more. So that's of note. He does hit the ball hard. He had some good EVs last year. He's continued that into this year. And here's the thing. Lifting the ball to the pull side more, going to get to more home runs. Fascinating profile. The contact's taking a big jump. That's the biggest thing you want to see. Aggression and contact taking a jump. Okay, like I can get behind that. Really good so far from Bo Davidson. I think I'm buying into what he is selling. That's Bo Davidson of the San Francisco Giants. He does look the part. What about Colby Thomas of the A's? How close is Colby Thomas to debuting? Well, Thomas has been swinging it exceptionally well all year, and that's really continued the last few weeks. On the season, Thomas has 8 home runs in 166 plate appearances. Thomas is in AAA. He is 24 years old in the Athletics org. He's slashing 300, 361, 547 on the season. Thomas is an interesting profile. Last year had the most extra base hits in minor league baseball by a lot. He hit 31 homers, stole 15 bags. Everybody skyrocketed Colby Thomas. And right so, like based on the surface numbers, like I agree, like that was probably the right move to make. But was it the right move overall? Well, Thomas has some concerns. I think that there's some holes in the swing that could lead him to struggle against good fastballs up in the zone. I still have those concerns. I have concerns about Thomas against breaking balls, but that doesn't change the fact that Colby Thomas has been swinging it exceptionally well. I read you the season-long numbers. They're really, really good. The last 2 weeks, Thomas has an 1161 OPS with 5 of those home runs. I mean, it is legit power, Thomas has extra base power to all fields. Like, there's just no denying that. He's got a really good feel to hit, at least on pitches in the zone. We've seen a pretty good jump, and that's what I want to note. Like, looking at some of these metrics, some of them have taken a leap. Thomas is aggressive, though. He chases too much. It's a 35% chase rate. It was around there last year. His zone contact, though, has jumped 7 percentage points for Colby Thomas, up to 88%. That's huge. The overall contact rate's only up about 3 percentage points, but the end zone damage that he's doing is immense. Thomas does hit the ball hard when he connects. He has a max of 114 this year. He has an 89 mile an hour average EV, 41% hard hit rate, and good barrel rate. So Colby Thomas is fascinating. Is it here to stay? We shall see. Jac Caglianone, he's one of the most prodigious power hitters in the game. Caglianone just keeps hitting. He has 5 home runs over the last 2 weeks. Why is he in Double-A still? Well, I mean, here's the issue. He's working in the outfield. They want him to continue to get outfield reps, and he hasn't looked so bad in the outfield. The Royals genuinely think that Caglianone can contribute in their outfield this year. They have Vinny Pasquantino at first base. Pasquantino has not had a great year, but Caglianone's not coming up and taking a spot, just the nature of it. Caglianone's a young 22-year-old. He's hit 9 on the year, 9 home runs, 970 OPS. The power's off the charts, guys. The average EV of 100 miles an hour right around there is absurd. 9th percentile up near 110. It's just elite power, and it has been. Like, this is nothing new. He hit about 121 earlier in the season. That's who does that. Like Aaron Judge, O'Neal Cruz, Ronald Acuna, Giancarlo Stanton, they do that. But here's the thing. Caglianone does make good contact. He has kind of defied the odds. And last year, he chased a 40% clip. He did it at Florida in college. He did it last year in his pro debut. The chase rate is down to the low 30s percentage range. Major improvements with the swing decisions, and got to give him a lot of credit for that. Caglianone is making really good decisions. The contact's respectable. I'm fully buying what he's selling. It's just a matter of time, guys. He'll be in AAA before you know it, and I'd expect Jac Caglianone to be in the majors by mid-season, if we're being honest. So watch out for Jack. He's getting towards stash territory in redraft leagues, I would say. Braden Montgomery of the White Sox is a fascinating prospect as well. Braden Montgomery, I think, has star upside. Like, I watch Braden Montgomery, and, like, I'm just so fascinated with that profile. Saw him playing college at A&M. I think he's a star. I mean, we're talking about a 70 arm in the outfield. He's a good glove. He's got plus raw power. He's a good runner. The question was always just contact. Now, you look at Montgomery, he got hurt. He missed a ton of time. The ankle injury, got hurt in the postseason last year. He's come back just swinging it well. He was promoted to high A. He was started in single A. It was not a challenge, honestly. He went to high A, and he's hitting even better. In high A, it's a 405, 480, 762 slash. 6 home runs between both levels and 134 plate appearances. Montgomery, he can smoke it. Putting up good EVs. He hit the ball on the ground a little more, which is interesting. But it's going down since he's going to high A, which is good news. He's pulling the ball at respectable rates, but he's using the whole fields well. And he's showing above average contact rates. Exactly what I expected to see from Braden Montgomery. I'm very much in on Braden Montgomery. I think Montgomery could be a top 25 prospect soon. Would not shock me a bit. So look out, Braden Montgomery. He is a stud. Jefferson Rojas. I wrote about him this morning. He's someone that I actually dinged a little bit in my rankings at the end of April. Rojas did not have a good year in 2024. He was somebody I loved when I saw him in 2023 with Myrtle Beach. He struggled last year, though the underlying data did improve with Jeff Rojas. He struggled to begin this year, though he was dealing with a hamstring injury, so we have to account for that fact that he was dealing with hamstring issues. So then we see Rojas. He's really bounced back strong. So you look, on April the 29th, he got things going, and he's been swinging it really well since that date. Over those 11 games, Rojas is slashing 405, 458, 762, and he has 4 home runs over that span. That's 11 games, a double and a triple as well, and 5 stolen bases. Here's the thing, guys. Rojas is not a flashy prospect. He doesn't have standout tools, but he's steadily improved, and the contact gains are notable. So I look at his profile. I've seen jumps in contact for 3 straight years now. And you love to see that. When a guy's making those kind of jumps, his contact rate's up to 84% now. He makes good swing decisions, doesn't chase all that often, low swinging strike rate. The power is good. I think it's average game power, and we're seeing that come to fruition more this year. He had 6 home runs in 419 plate appearances last year, 4 already in 93, and I mentioned 4 over the last 11 games. So the ground ball rate is actually up, which is fascinating, but Rojas is pulling the ball substantially more, which is why I think he's getting some more game power. So Jeff Rojas, certainly up arrow right now, and I regret moving him down. So that was a mistake on my part. I'll admit to that. Mike Sirota of the Dodgers. He was drafted by the Reds last year, 3rd round, traded to the Dodgers this offseason. The Dodgers drafted Sirota out of high school, so you know they followed him for a while. You know that they've liked him. This is a profile. It is a power speed over hit type. Sirota's a college bat in single A in the Cal League. So you take the surface numbers with a grain of salt. Sirota needs to go to high A. Well, where does he fit in Great Lakes? Great Lakes outfield is currently Kendall George, Josue De Paula, and Zaire Hope. Now, they could push Hope to Double A. They could probably push De Paula to Double A. Are they ready? Will they flounder? They weren't going to flounder, but they could struggle. Kendall George isn't moving up. They jump Sirota to Double A, but Sirota's going to struggle mightily if they do. I'm concerned about the hit tool here. I know the surface numbers look great for Sirota. Everybody's just all over Mike Sirota, 7 homers, an 1130 OPS. I get it looks good. Sirota is hitting the ball hard. He's got respectable exit velocities. His contact rate's 75%. He's doing things that you like to see. So my concern is that Sirota has struggled at times with fastballs and good fastballs. He's only going to face better fastballs as he moves up. So I think that you've got to factor that in. Like, as he moves up from single A, the competition is going to get better. And can he handle that? Yeah, I think Sirota's a good hitter. Sirota's got tools. He's a lot of fun. But I do expect some struggles out of the profile as he moves forward. That's not to knock him. Sirota's a good prospect, but do know that there are flaws in the profile. Here's a name that I think a lot aren't probably familiar with. That's Braves prospect Ethan Werkinger. Werkinger was an undrafted free agent back in 2020. That was a shortened draft. Obviously 5 rounds that summer during the COVID year. He was a high school guy. And Werkinger's been bad. Like, there's not a nice way to put it. He's not really been good for most of his minor league career. Last year, he was good in high A. But again, he was on his third year that he had been in high A. It was the very end of 2022. So it was his second full season in high A, and he was good there, but he went to Double A and struggled mightily. Now, returning to Double A and noting that the Braves Double A moved from Mississippi, which is a notorious pitcher park, where it just kills hitters, to going to Columbus, which we don't know how it plays yet, but I'm guessing it's more neutral to hitter-friendly. We'll see when we get more data on that. But Werkinger already has 8 home runs and 103 plate appearances. He had 12 last year. Werkinger slashing 280, 350, 613. The strikeout rate is up, so that's notable. Like, when we see that jump in strikeout rate, like, what happened? What's going on here? Well, the contact rate is identical to last year. So I'm not really hitting the panic button at all here. When I look at the data, it's like, okay, the swinging strike rate up 1 percentage point. All right, we can deal with that. The overall contact rate being nearly identical to last year is good. Also, considering the fact that he's being so much more aggressive. We've seen the swing rate jump 7 percentage points. So Werkinger's doing damage early in counts, which I think is important. Like, not getting too deep into counts and not getting pitches that you don't need or can't prosper on. So there has been some change, and I think that that's pretty important. On the other note, like, Werkinger's not hitting the ball all that much harder, but he is hitting it at better angles, and he's hitting it to the pull side much more often. So I think that's the biggest thing of note, is that we are seeing a jump in pull rate, and we're seeing a jump in more ideal exit velocity. The barrel rate is good with Ethan Werkinger, so that obviously matters a good bit here. Is it a legit profile? Can Werkinger be a post-hype type guy? It's possible. Like, I'm not going to sit here and rule it out that he can't do it. We're talking about somebody that hit the ball really hard last year. He's posted some exit velocities that are really high at times. So you look, I think it's a good approach. The contact, it's pretty solid so far. We'll see how it plays out. But Wilken is somebody to kind of put on your watch list and say, maybe this guy is pretty good. Another guy I want to hit on is Mac Horvath, who I've had mixed looks at Mac Horvath over the years. A lot of hype out of Horvath, UNC product, and UNC players typically get a lot of hype. Mac Horvath was originally drafted by the Orioles. He was then traded to the Rays. I've seen him with both organizations, actually. So it's an interesting profile with Horvath. He's been on a heater the last few weeks, 7 home runs and 3 doubles in the last 2 weeks, 3 stolen bases over that span. He has struck out 9 times in the last 52 plate appearances. That's not terrible by any means, but there is some contact concerns. I have seen the good and the bad with Mac Horvath. The speed's legit. Like, you can't deny that Mac Horvath has really good speed. Good runner, pretty good athlete. He's 6 foot, 195, but he moves well. The power is inconsistent at times. We're seeing more of it this year than we had seen in the past. But overall, like, who is Mac Horvath? Well, the hit tool is still a question for me. The strikeout rate has gone down. The contact rate is actually pretty down again. And again, we're talking about a high A repeater. Horvath actually went to high A in his draft year in 2023. And again, small sample of high A there, but he did get 23 plate appearances. So we are looking at a third-year high A player. Horvath probably needs to go to Double A to get some more experience, but ultimately the results are there. Like, you look on the surface, yes, he is performing well. For the season, though, like I mentioned how good he's been the last couple of weeks, still it's a 250, 355, 519 slash, 25% strikeout rate. The contact rate's about average, but probably you factor in age to the level, it's probably slightly below average. But is Horvath legit? I don't know. Like, I'm not like fully buying into Mac Horvath. Like, I'm not saying you should go out and get a bunch of shares of Mac Horvath, but I do think he is an interesting prospect that is worth knowing. So keep an eye on him. We have to talk about Brock Wilken, who's somebody that I really struggled with too. Like, Wilken has immense power. We know that. I mean, we're talking about somebody that got plunked in the face early on last year. He returned to the field quicker than we expected last season. He went to the AFL. It might be a boom or bust profile, but we're seeing the boom right now. Brock Wilken has 8 home runs and 145 plate appearances in Double A with the Brewers. That would be Biloxi. He's slashing 234, 428, 523. So a pretty big discrepancy between the average and the OBP. Strikeout rate is down, like he's cut it about 2 percentage points. So obviously that's worth noting. The pull rate's up. The air rate is also up. Like, those are all recipe for success. Wilken's being pretty passive. He's swinging at 33% of pitches. He's always had pretty good approach. Like, he's shown us in the past that, you know, it's slower chase, good swing decisions. But this year the swing rate's really down. The contact is up, 74% contact. It's fine. And again, like, you're not going to get a contact hitter out of Brock Wilken. It is what it is. But the swinging strike rate is down pretty substantially, about 3 percentage points. That's a good thing. Wilken's somebody to watch. I mean, could he all of a sudden fly back upwards? Like, it's certainly possible. Like, I wouldn't rule that out at all. I like Brock Wilken. If he's hitting enough, we know the power's there. Is he a 3 true outcome player? It's possible. Talk about a couple of more guys. Obviously, like, I want to talk about Jonny Farmelo. Like, that's been my dude since the draft. I made Jonny Farmelo like this year's Roman Anthony during that draft. He's a stud. And he tore his ACL to June 11th last year. So we're just now 11 months removed from the ACL tear. He had the surgery a little bit later. It's hard for somebody to come back from what Farmelo has done and to perform like he is. Now, athletes like, I mean, Ronald Acuna, like, second ACL tear, whatever, but like his first one, he came back and struggled. Like, again, we're talking the difference in a minor leaguer and high versus a major leaguer. I get that. But for most athletes, the ACL recovery is tough. We originally got news that Farmelo would probably not be back until like after the All-Star break. he returned to full season ball. He was playing there in the spring, but he returned to full season ball before the calendar even turned to May. Farmelo's been off to a tremendous start. He's swinging the bat exceptionally well. He added bulk over his rehab. He's strong. He's fast. He can play the field. He can make contact. This is insane what Jonny Farmelo is doing. I just can't get over how good he's been. We're up to 5 home runs in 8 games so far for Farmelo. He's swinging it well. Yes, the contact rate's down, but it's early. I'm not concerned. He's playing center field again, 11 months post ACL tear. That's obviously notable. Farmelo, I think, is the star. I'm not going to push Farmelo up too far yet because he's been in my top 40 for the good part of over a year. If you look back at my rankings, Farmelo's been there for a long time. Could he get to top 10 by the end of the May update? It's not crazy to think. If Farmelo has a great rest of May, he's running, we see the speed come back. Yeah, I think it's a 5-tool player because we are talking about somebody last year that had a very low chase rate, sub 20% chase, here a 90% end zone contact, and a 90 percentile EV that was just below MLB average, and he was 19. And he's come back stronger, which is nuts. He's 20 years old, so that's worth noting. He's in high A. Farmelo looks like a dude. One more before we get out of here, and that is Jacob Reimer, who has been phenomenal. Jacob Reimer of the Mets, this is somebody that just hasn't played. He's been hurt a lot, so we haven't had the chance to really hype him up. But I remember seeing his data in single A, way back when he debuted in single A in 2023. It's okay, this kid's got some traits. Well, now Jacob Reimer's added some power. He's running a 9th percentile that's in the above average to plus range right now. And he's already got 6 home runs and 135 plate appearances. In 2023, Jacob Reimer hit 8 in 419 plate appearances. So we're seeing those tangible strides. The contact gains have been really good. Now, Reimer's always made pretty good contact, but he's in a high running at 80.3% contact rate right now. Really, really good. Low swinging strike percent, sub 20% chase rate. Jacob Reimer's checking all the boxes you want to see from a potential breakout hitter. Brooklyn's lineup is potentially one of the best lineups in the minors. It's showing right now. Remember, 4th-round pick for Jacob Reimer in 2022 out of high school. $775K bonus. It's not like this was a nothing burger when the Mets drafted him. He's always had really good traits. And now we're kind of seeing it come to fruition. Reimer just turned 21, and also he basically has 1 full year of pro ball under his belt, considering he last year just had 95 plate appearances and had 419 in 2023. So 1 full year of development. Reimer's still young. I'm buying in to Jacob Reimer. Thanks for tuning in. Come back tomorrow. We'll talk about the pitchers that are on the rise, and tomorrow we'll start a new series. That'll be fun. We'll have minor league baseball back. We do have some complex ball tonight. Excited about that. I'll cover the complex tomorrow as well. But be sure to subscribe. I appreciate all your support. We'll be back every day. And next week kicks off a really new, exciting thing for us. So I'm pumped about that. So stay tuned, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow.